Welcome to Christmas Island. So the cash situation here on Christmas Island is kind of interesting.
The supermarket's well stocked. They have gone up to 9 months without a cargo ship delivery here before. What in the heck?
Somebody left the chicken can out.
Well, it's not just the chicken can out, it's the bananas, and we have got 50 flies, and these things are vicious.
This is the Grotto here at Christmas Island. That's the dragon's breath.
This was an incredibly unexpected day, but this has turned out to be amazing. For insurance, what's a proof of life? Davis does not want to go in. He says we're signing up for a death sentence. The yachting crowd has definitely thinned as you get to Indonesia, and then on the other side of Indonesia, we used to be, my gosh, this whole journey we've been with catamarans, and now we're the only catamaran, and we are just with like the true blue monohull sailor, and now it's just us and 5 other monohulls all headed to Africa.
Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds, and we're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming, we'll keep running, nothing in our way. We got what it takes. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Welcome to Christmas Island. We are going to go explore. Davis has finished his schooling for today, so we're going to go check out the port area here, and then maybe the grocery store and a couple other things. So, come on.
Nestled amidst the unique landscape of Christmas Island, one of Australia's most remote post offices offers not only postal services, but a charming array of gifts and souvenirs, and stands as a beacon of connectivity and charm.
Well, that was so cool. We just learned that the mail from here goes from here to Perth. There's no international sorting in Perth, so then it goes from Perth to Melbourne, and then it ships worldwide. So
it's going to be a well-traveled card.
We can tell our kids the cards will arrive in 6 to 8 weeks. But at least they say they're from Christmas Island. How cool is that?
Yes. All right, so the cash situation here on Christmas Island is kind of interesting. They used to have an ATM, but they don't anymore because it broke and nobody's going to fix it. Westpac is the only bank here, and in order to do any kind of cash like transaction, like changing out American cash to Australian cash, you have to have a bank account with them, so they are not going to do it there. The only other place is the post office, but in order to get cash from the post office, you have to have a bank card from a bank in Australia, and you can use it to get cash back from any kind of purchase. So here, you can't get Australian cash to pay for your mooring fee, which is either cash or a bank transfer. So I guess we're going to have to figure out how to do this bank transfer thing, because we've avoided it throughout New Zealand and Australia, but now we get to try to do it because we can't get Australian cash here.
Well, or get a Wise card before you leave the US. We should have. And when we went back at Christmas, Wise, there was something going on. They were not distributing cards to US citizens in the United States, so we couldn't get one. But having an international Wise card would be helpful. So what is this big thing?
This is the industrial machine here on Christmas Island that employs probably most of the people here on the island. It's phosphate production. They do phosphate mining up in the mountain, and they move it through conveyors down here to the ship loading area. And this has been going on since sometime in the 90s, and this is like the most major thing here going on.
Our next stop was the island's visitor center, and what a wealth of information it was. They provided useful information, including local maps, booking services for accommodations, car rental and tours, and offer business services such as printing, scanning, and laminating. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to guide you on what to explore, where to dine, island events, and points of interest. My favorite was their extensive collection of gifts and souvenirs.
And look, Christmas Island even has their own children's book. We weren't able to get a children's book for Tonga or Fiji because they didn't have one, but the tiny island of Christmas Island has their own book. I'm taking this to the grandkids. Well, the future ones.
So I tried my hand at our trolling out there and got one of those up on the line, and it broke my line. And as it was, did it drag you? Huh? It didn't drag me far. It got me about almost to the end of my line, and then it jumped out of the water and flared. And then when it went back in the water, the line snapped, and I could just see him. He just kept jumping out of the water because the lure was still in his mouth, and he's still trying to get rid of it, but he was just going and going and going, and I was just reeling in just my line.
So needless to say, we need a 120-pound test line.
Yeah, 80-pound doesn't work.
Well, if you come to Christmas Island, you've got to meet
Katika.
Katika here at the Visitor Center. She is a plethora of information, and we have learned, holy cow, so much more about this island than we ever thought. Like, what's one cool thing that you learned?
That there are lots of workers here, and they take up majority of all the rental cars here, and you'll be lucky if you're going to get a rental car.
There's no rental cars.
And you can't get up the mountain because you have to have a car to get up the mountain.
And most people here, firefighters, all that, is volunteer. There's no hospital, there's a clinic. So any woman that delivers a baby, you have to fly to Perth about when you're 36 weeks pregnant, deliver the baby, and most people actually stay in Australia the first year of life because here on the island, there is not an abundance of formula or nappies for the babies.
And it's impossible to get here.
Yeah, so really cool stuff. The delivery, the cargo ship just came, so the grocery store is fully stocked. Holy cow, look at all the toilet paper. So she said if you come to Christmas Island, this is the best time for us to come because the supermarket's well stocked. They have gone up to 9 months without a cargo ship delivery here before.
That would not be fun. These flags, it's some kind of burning ceremony going on right now this whole week for the Chinese. And they put these flags out, and if you touch the flag, it supposedly brings bad spirits with you. And
you will be haunted for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life, so don't touch it.
So no touching the flags, Davis.
Next on the agenda was finding a supermarket.
It's so big. Did you expect it to be so big?
Wow.
Holy stack of boxed milk. And I asked, I said, well, does a lot of people on the island stock up on freeze-dried foods? And she's like, no. She's like, nobody does. So they just fish and they live off either food they've grown or fish that they've caught in the ocean. $1.50 a piece. Rob is loading up on sugar before we finish the Indian. A huge selection of alcohol, and it's pretty darn inexpensive, comparatively. Tell me what you found.
Look what they got.
They have Pop-Tarts, and they're $10 a box. That was like 100 Australian dollars for 2 bags. We did get a thing of rum, but really, I didn't think it was that bad of pricing for it being a tiny island in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Did you? No. I guess it's pretty much just all relative in what you wanted because a 1 liter of Diet Coke was $10. They actually had Diet Coke here, where Indonesia didn't have any. And then how much was 1 lobster? $50. And then 2 steaks was $50. But other things like boxed milk and stuff was maybe $3 a carton. So it's gonna be more, but it wasn't outrageous.
The few shops on Christmas Island are located in the Flying Fish Cove area near where we are docked.
So we just stopped at the tackle shop and fish shop over here.
Shoot, the sports store, the all-in-one store.
It's pretty much everything.
Sells what he catches out of his refrigerator. It's pretty cool. But
Yeah.
he was a incredible wealth of information, and we just got schooled in fishing and why we're not doing great fishing.
Well, we've got an offshore reel, but we don't have a huge offshore reel. We're not after the big, huge fish. We're not after monster tuna or anything like that. We just need tuna just to feed us 3. The problem is that the lures we use attract those big fish. And because they're attracting these big fish, if we had a way to stop the boat and get back to the fish like the sport fishes do, they actually reverse back to the fish, and we can't do that. So we tend to break lines a lot and lose lures.
But why do we also break line?
Because we leave our fishing rod out in the sun and the monofilament gets brittle. So we bought new monofilament line to go ahead and change it out, and we actually bought 1,000 meters so we can change it out multiple times on the last few months that we're here traveling, and so hopefully we'll break any more line.
So we got 2 new lures and some more line. Hopefully that will get us to Africa
Hope for
with some fish.
Hope for some fish. Yes, hope for some fish.
What in the heck?
Somebody left the chicken can out. And...
Well, it's not just the chicken can out, it's the bananas, and we have got 50 flies, and these things are vicious, and there's no fly paper to be found on this island.
Fly swatters.
Well, dude, you got a lot of killing to do.
Just hang on, watch.
Good
Stop,
Lord
stop,
Almighty.
Stop.
Really?
They're going.
Oh, dead. He dead.
I mean, you can make a hamburger, there's so many of them. Yesterday there were no cars available, and then we met our boat neighbor, and he happens to have a rental car for the next couple days. So we're gonna jump in his SUV with him, and we're gonna go check out this place called the Grotto.
Cars are definitely needed to see all the island attractions, as they are spread apart with very hilly terrain that does not lend itself to walking. The Grotto is one of the more easily accessible attractions on Christmas Island and a must-see. It is just off the main road and a short walk through the jungle.
Oh, that wasn't far at all.
This is way cool. This is so cool. So you know the story behind this?
No.
The dragon?
No.
Oh. So there's a Chinese folktale that the dragon swam around the island many times, but could find no way onto the land because of the cliffs, the sea cliffs. So it rested here and got trapped. And so the dragon's supposed to still be in here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, isn't it? Look at that. That is fantastic.
Wow.
I need to change into my trunks over here.
Is it a crab? It's a crab. It's a crab.
Here are the famous red crabs of Christmas Island.
The grotto is comprised of natural limestone cave featuring an emerald-hued freshwater pool with white sandy bottom connected to the sea, and is a popular spot for swimming and relaxation. The water is cool, clear, and usually safe, but the cave setting adds a sense of adventure. The cave is peaceful with echoes of dripping water and the occasional bird or bat. It feels secluded and almost otherworldly, a perfect spot to escape the island's heat or to unwind after exploring. Visiting the grotto is a unique and memorable experience, especially for those who love nature, geology, and a hint of mystery.
Whoa! How cool is this? This is the grotto here at Christmas Island. That's the dragon's breath.
There's a nice handhold right there.
Next, we were off to find one of the most scenic lookouts.
Holy! Oh my God! Can I hold on? I'm getting out. I'm getting out. Oh my gosh! That thing is huge. So this right here is the robber crab. Oh my gracious!
Robber crabs, also known as coconut crabs, are the world's largest land crustaceans found in dense populations on Christmas Island, which is home to the biggest and best protected population. These gentle giants are massive, with a leg span up to 1 meter and weight at over 4 kilograms, and are known for their strength in cracking coconuts and their habit of investigating shiny objects.
Oh, his leaves are pushing the flies away.
Next, we found the Margaret Knoll Lookout, that is known as a stunning vantage point for its sweeping views and unique wildlife viewing opportunities. From the lookout, you'll enjoy breathtaking views over the lush rainforest canopy and out towards the dramatic coastline. This spot is famous for sightings of the unique wildlife, including the famous red crabs during their migration, as well as rare birds such as the Abbott's booby. This lookout is peaceful and less crowded, making it ideal for photography, birdwatching, or simply soaking up the natural beauty of the island.
We spotted a booby.
Oh yeah, spotted you.
Woohoo!
Next, we headed to find the blowholes.
So that's all phosphorus. Phosphate.
Located on the rugged southern coast of Christmas Island, the blowholes are accessible via a walking trail from the main road. The path winds through lush rainforest, often alive with famous red crabs, before opening up to a sweeping ocean view. The blowholes are dramatic coastal formations where waves surge into sea caves below the cliffs, forcing jets of water high into the air through holes in the rock above. The result is a stunning natural spectacle, especially during high tide or rough seas. You'll hear the whoosh and boom of the water before you see it. The water shoots up in impressive plumes, sometimes accompanied by rainbows on sunny days.
That's awesome!
Oh, here's a big one.
This was an incredibly unexpected day, but this has turned out to be amazing. So we think this tree right here is the strangler fig tree, but it's not marked. We have no cell service out here, so we can't completely identify this. And there's a second one over here. So the police department actually rents PLB, personal locator beacons, and they say when you go out into the jungle or out into these areas to take it with you because there's no cell service, and they're exactly correct. So we did not bring ours though. So the yachting crowd has definitely thinned as you get to Indonesia, and then on the other side of Indonesia, we used to be, my gosh, this whole journey we've been with catamarans, and now we're the only catamaran, and we are just with like the true blue monohull sailors, like the hardcore people. We used to be in packs of like 10 to 20 boats, and there'd be kid boats. We haven't seen a kid in Indonesia, and now it's just us and 5 other monohulls, all headed to Cocos,
And on.
Mauritius, and then Africa. And then other sad news, our new DJI Osmo 3, Pocket Osmo 3 that we had gotten in December, and the Nikon that we had gotten in December have both broke. So we are down to an iPhone footage until our daughter is gonna fly into Mauritius in 30 days. So we're excited for that, but the next, I don't know, 1 or 2 videos is all gonna be on my iPhone. What's in there?
Nothing. It's a meeting room.
Oh, where is it that we're trying to find?
I think we're going upstairs.
What are we trying to find?
A small museum for the island here. Just kind of look at the history and everything. Here's the door.
Christmas Island's relaxed multicultural character reflects its rich and varied history. Discovered and named on Christmas Day in 1643, the island became a British possession in 1888 after discovery of valuable phosphate deposits. Mining operations began under the Christmas Island Phosphate Company, employing Chinese, Malay, and Sikh laborers who formed the foundation of today's diverse community. The island endured Japanese occupation during World War II before coming under Australian sovereignty in 1958. Environmental awareness grew in the late 20th century, leading to the creation of the Christmas Island National Park, which now protects most of the island's unique ecosystems. More recently, Christmas Island has played a central role in an Australian's immigration policy, serving as a site for detention facilities. Today, as phosphate mining declines, the island looks towards a sustainable future focused on ecotourism, celebrating its natural beauty, wildlife, and cultural diversity.
The little museum here is a quaint little piece of history here for this island, and it's really cool that they talk about a lot about the Chinese that are here and that came here like back in the 1920s, but it officially became property for Australia. The United Kingdom actually gave it to Australia back in the 1950s. So Australia's been in control of Christmas Island since the 50s, and you know, they basically had Chinese slave labor here. It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
For the phosphorus.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Hey, just look.
What does that say?
The dad's holding the thing and the kid's pointing out.
Child labor.
No,
Really?
they're exploring.
Oh.
They're exploring. They're
Let's
going
go
hiking
explore,
up the mountain,
child.
and they're gonna look out. They're gonna look out.
So there's only one. Is this a cannon?
The big gun.
So there's only one cannon here.
artillery.
So this cannon was used during World War II, and in March in 1942, a bunch of servicemen died here defending the island from an overwhelming invasion force. And there were 5 people over an overwhelming force came and killed all these 5 guys. All right, so we are gonna go do some snorkeling here. Around the bend, there's a fish cleaning station that is touted to have great trevally there. So we're gonna go over there, and you can't stick your finger in, but you can jump in whole body, and you can go swim around with these things. Hopefully, we'll see if they're there. And then we'll come back over here, and there's a great lake back behind the boat here. We're gonna snorkel over this area around here, check it out, and then yeah, it's supposed to be really cool. It's crystal clear water straight down.
So we found the spot. I don't know if you can see this, but you just see these giant fish circling the boat. And we were told not to put your fingers or toes in the water because they will like take them off, but you can jump in and holy cow, and swim with these guys. So Rob is about to be the brave first one to jump in.
Pig.
For insurance, what's a proof of life?
Yeah.
He's going down with the GoPro. If they eat him, they're gonna take the footage.
No, you have GoPro. GoPro.
Davis does not want to go in. He says we're signing up for a death sentence.
I just wanna dive into the blue. Doesn't really matter what we do. Don't let the moment pass us by. Just trust that the universe is right. 'Cause we're strong, cold in the shining light, and it's all gonna be alright. This is the good life. Oh, oh, oh. This is the good life. Oh, oh. Out in the sunshine, nothing but good times. This is the good life. This is the good life. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I just wanna spend every day with you. Happy with the little